can already see that players have loaded in. We're heading into the game itself. Starzuk on Stitches, Kitagash on Tassadar, Kyrian playing on Rhaegar, Aponi playing on Jaina, and Scene playing on Illidan. On the other side, it's Cripple Pete playing on Felstad, it's Rek playing on Raynor, Destin on Uther, Sheep on Chen, and Sokka playing on Tyrael.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
And once again, we are playing on the Cursed Hollow, so it's going to be an interesting game once again to see what they actually pick up for the second game. As Kitagash heading into the top lane, in the middle lane, it's a double up from Starzuk as seen. Moving into one of the brushes again. And barely online, not deciding to do the SK strategy this time, just content with getting themselves a watchtower and getting into lane on time. And at the start, it's going to be a very slow start, so let's take a quick look at the talents. Healing Totem, Shadow Shield, Chew Your Food, Overload, Deep Chill, Conjurer's Pursuit, Bribe, Give Me More, First Evil. Oh, there's the engage actually in the middle lane. Sheep trying to get out there, there's the kick. He's still, yeah, he's getting hooked in, he's going to go down. That's the end of Sheep. And already first blood in favor of Mousesports. They're not going to let Barely Online even set up for the initial gank. They just start their ganks. Now they're on to Sokka. Sokka in a love trouble. He's going to get slowed down. He has his telesword, so he will be able to get out there. But Destin is not so lucky. He's going to get taken out. One more hit, that's all it takes. And it's a second kill already for Mousesports. They're not even giving any mercy over to Barely Online. And that's a pretty hard thing for Barely Online to actually get back from. Now Sheen jumping straight to Sokka. There's the hook onto Rekt. And oh my word, the slowdown onto Rekt. He's going to get his healing pretty soon. But oh my word, 2-0 already. Rekt down to half hit points. Seed actually going to be forced backwards for now. And perhaps Starzuk is going to be moving into the middle lane to try and get another gank in onto Sheep. As we're almost hitting level 4, well, we're going to be looking at level 1 talents for just a little bit. Conjurer's Pursuit, Bribe, Give Me More, Purge Evil, and Full Keg. Top middle lane, Starzuk moving in, doing some damage to Sheep, but not all that much. Decides to not go for the hook just yet, because he knows that his opponents are probably going to be able to escape that one. 2 minutes in, easy camps and hard camps are going to be spawning, also known as the siege camp for the siege golems and the bruiser camp for the knights. First bribe stack in the hands of Felstad. There should be no bribes on the side of... No, there are no bribes on the other side, so Felstad already has one of his bribe stacks. Should be able to get... If he gets two, these knight camps are easy pickings for the Felstad. So both teams picking up the Siege Giants, and we can look at the second tier of talents. Far side, Immolation, Amplified Healing, Healing Ward, Arcane Intellect, Protective Shield, actually, yeah, it's dealing damage to a chill target, Gathering Power, Advanced Optics, Amplified Healing, and finally Chug being picked up here.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
And as we're about 3 minutes into the game, we're going to be seeing the first tribute. It is in the bottom lane, so that's a little bit of an advantage going over to the team of Barely Online. But Mousesports not really that interested in it. They're more interested in just getting the Bruiser camp into the middle lane and maybe getting the second one here as well. It is available. They know that most likely, yeah, there's 2 members in the top lane, Destin and Cripple Pete. They see 2 members in the bottom lane. That's going to be very easy pickings for Starzuk as seen. And as they're going to be picking that one up, they're also going to be hitting level 7. As Rekt is actually trying to force Kyrian away from the tribute. So Rekt is going to pick up the first tribute. However, this camp is going to get taken out. And as such, these mercenaries are sent into the middle lane. Aponi had a little bit of issues with Destin coming in from the side, but was able to immediately walk away from that one. Now that we are waiting for the teams, for the next tier of talents, Earth Shield, First Aid, Tenderizer, Static Charge, and Ice Lance coming out for the team of Mousesports. On the other side, Clairvoyance, Boomerang. Raynor and Tyrael haven't really been choosing their talents just yet. Chen picking up the pressure point, that was to be expected. That's the only source of CC that Chen really has, other than maybe the Chuck. There's the jump straight into Cripple Pete, the Hailstorm coming out from Jaina. But more than that is that's pretty much all that the team of Mousesports is doing right now. To TCG, this is not a restream, this is being recorded live, but the games are in replay mode. Actually, Carrion asking for some help. Starzerk now coming in as the enemy team was already taking out. So the hook barely hitting Saka, but I was saying the enemy team was taking out these towers. Gate and tower have been taken out. But top lane, Tribute has begun to spawn. Starzerk and Scene are already moving in. Carrion is not in the bottom lane anymore. He is already retreated back to the base. A pony now moving in. And it looks like Destin and Cripple Pete are moving themselves into the lane. It's going to allow a pony to easily get herself that tribute. Starzerk now coming in as well. Cripple Pete does not want to get caught out. Immediately falls backwards. Now with Saka and Rex in the bottom lane. Barely online, putting a lot of emphasis on this bottom lane. Their opponents, of course, getting the heroic abilities: Ancestral Healing, Metamorphosis, Putrid Bile, Arcan, and Summon Water Elemental. And they're, of course, barely online now, also reaching the level 10. But the Grave Golem going into the hands of Scene, Starzerk, and Gidegash, as their opponents have no clue where those guys have went. Maybe they went to their own Grave Golem, but that one isn't spotted. You can see here, the far side has already been used by barely online on the wrong golem. As a result, they're going to lose their top golem. And Scene, Starzerk and Gidegash are moving into that top lane to try and deal with the fort as fast as they can. Another tribute spawning. The issue being that it's again on the side of barely in line, but the team of Mousesports is already moving into position to try and contest that one. Well, that's because I'm awesome, LMTCG. I'm awesome. I can do the fast replays. So Starzerk on the tribute area. Rex is also in position. He doesn't really want to get into a fight with Starzerk and Carrion. The hook looking to get wrecked. Not really something to look forward to. Speaking of something to look forward to, the entirety of Mousesports on this Grave Golem going to put down even more pressure on the map. Here's the jump. Saka wants to go in. He has his judgment available. Oh, Saka taking even more damage. There's the judgment trail to Gidegash. Actually, they do pick up the Grave Golem. The Shock coming out as well. Saka in a lot of trouble. He's dangerously low. There's the assess railing up to Gidegash. Gidegash still alive. Carrion now in a lot of trouble. He's going to get taken out. The blink, rather the Metamorphosis team is going to keep him alive. Uther gets taken out in the melee as well. Now Gidegash with his with a little bit of his dimensional shift will be able to run out of this one alive. The hook doesn't quite land the Cripple Pete, but this Grave Golem is going to do a number on these towers. And with the tribute spawning, it is going to be quite a battle for this tribute. Starzerk has made his way into position. He's going to try and do something about this tribute. Maybe get himself the third tribute for his team. And still another Telesword being thrown out by Tyrael. Actually using the Telesword this time. See now getting locked up by Sheep. He's trying his best to deal as much damage as he can to Sheep. The opponent now coming in from the side, slowing down Saka. Saka in a lot of trouble. He does not have his judgment just yet. The hook onto Saka. Saka is going to get taken out here. The shields are enormous, but it isn't quite enough. Saka gets the heal from Destin, but is still getting chased down. He's going to get taken out. Falstad actually gets taken out in the melee as well. Now Scene, he's going to get exploded by Tyrael. And all in all, oh, the hook's onto Rex. He's getting wrecked. That's the end of Raynor. And now with all this said and done, Gidegash is going to pick up himself a nice tribute. And it's a horrible night to have a curse for barely online.
Let your enemies know my wrath.
Stun landing onto rather Destin taking a little bit of damage here. This healing fountain is going to fall pretty fast. The Mousesports immediately rotating down to the middle lane. Rotating up actually to the middle lane to try and take out this fort. They're looking to be very successful. They have 40 seconds on their death timer. On their tribute timer, so that one is not going to be a threat at all. However, from the side, here's Destiny. He's looking for the ultimate. Can he pop his heroic ability? Water Elemental being popped by Jaina here. They're going to try and take down Destin. There's a shrink rail to Destin. Destiny in a lot of trouble. He's going to get slowed a little bit by the damage from the Psystorm. Still, even more damage from Starzuk. Starzuk now moving in, going to try and force Destin away from the team. Wreck now moving in as well, trying to put down some damage. He might actually get himself a regeneration. There's a regeneration going out, a beautiful Divine Storm, but it isn't quite enough. Saka chipping onto Iponi, but Iponi getting the ancestral healing on top of him. He is going to survive that initiation, and now it's Barely Online who have to get out of there. They have lost their initiation abilities in the form of Judgment and the Divine Hurricane. Correction, the Divine Storm. And while they do still have some ultimates left, it isn't quite enough to actually fight against their opponents.
Gather tribute if you wish my favor.
Triple Pete will be able to actually clear out this wave before the fort goes down. And now we have some time. Let's take a look at the level 13 talents. Healing Surge, Sixth Sense, Relentless Shrink Ray, Sprint, Rewind, Giant Killer, Imposing Will, and a touch of Honey. Ruzicam going over to the side of Mousesports, of course. Iponi moving in, trying to deal some damage. The Blizzard Storm, one hit. That's all it takes. Jaina, it's like, the cold never bothered me anyway. Sheep now in a lot of trouble here. He ran straight into Starzuk. There's the Psionic Storm coming out as well. Saka looking for the engagement with the Judgment. The damage coming out from Iponi here. Here's the Divine Hurricane. It doesn't quite hit. Shock and Awe doesn't hit either. Starzuk trying to get out of there alive, but doesn't quite make it out alive. Sheep moves in. He gets stun locked. It's the end of him, and suddenly with the Divine Hurricane, even though the Shock and Awe wasn't all that effective, the remainder of the team of Barely Online was able to turn it around. And again, the Blizzard coming out from Jaina. Sheep in a lot of trouble here, going down to about half hit points. Iponi moving in as well. The Frostbolts from Iponi coming out as well. And Barely Online trying to turn it around. Drex getting his passive popped again. And after all of this, Barely Online moving towards that Grave Golem. Actually, I'm not from Africa, I'm from the Netherlands.
Who shall carry my favor?
Iponi now, again, with the Blizzard Rain. Trying to take out this wave as fast as they can. Another tribute spawning, this time on the top side of the map. And Barely Online is in a position to actually fight against it, whereas their opponents have almost no chance to actually fight back. Mousesports not in a position to fight. Jaina is going to be too late, and Mousesports know, okay, we're going to have to let the tribute go. But we can't really lose yet another tribute. Now in the top lane, the Grave Golem already dealing quite a bit of damage to the fort here. Fort at about 20% right now. Correction, 20% damage, so 80% health. 50% health. Now finally Starzuk and Scene are moving in. We might have a little bit of a fight on our hands. Both teams have hit the level 16 mark. Getting them blood for blood, Stone Skin, flying fishing hook, second strike. We might have an engage here. Not quite yet. Still no engage. Barely Online moving back, so we're going to be looking at the second strike for Psionic Storm. Numbing Blast, Imposing Presence, Afterburner, Bullseye, Blood for Blood, and Combination Attack. Now again, a tribute spawning in favor of Barely Online. Mousesports, they're looking to at least do something about this one. Starzuk moving into position. You can see Rekt, he's just acting as a little bit of a forward scout here. Saka also doing exactly the same thing. They need that vision. They don't really have the ability to drop down a scouting drone. Starzuk moving in. There's the hook of the Cripple Pete. Cripple Pete, he's forced to barrel over the wall. Raiders immediately having been popped. Kitagash hasn't popped his Archon yet, so still Destin going for the tribute. A horrible night to have a curse. This time for the team of Mousesports. Scene getting locked up by Sheep. Starzuk now moving in. Cripple Pete actually using the Shock and Awe. Takes out Tassadar here. Iponi now getting locked up. There's a Judgment. The immediate CC train. And once the CC train starts rolling, it ain't stopping. And you can already see how Mousesports is forced back by Barely in the line. They're doing an excellent job immediately rotating over to the boss area as the curse is there. They also take down the bottom fort, so they get themselves an even bigger experience lead. And with this Grave Golem, they should be able to at least take down the bottom keep of the team of Mousesports. And they are also taking down the middle fort here, because Mousesports will have to respond to that golem in that bottom lane, and that's going to allow Baron in line actually to pick up this middle fort, as it is going to be falling very, very fast. They are actually pinging all over the map, so they could go for the Bruiser camp, they could go for the Siege Giant camp, but they decide, well, we're going to take out the Bruiser camp on the side of Mousesports first. Going to get themselves some experience there, get themselves some pressure there. Starzuk is going to have to defend that one alone. Immediately Sheep, Wrecked, Sokka, Destin and Crippled Pete are moving over towards their Siege camp as well as the Bruiser camp. It looks like they might be able to take that one down a notch. Ultimates are now all available, as you can see in the cooldown section, so we're going to be seeing another fight breaking out rather soon. But first they decide, well, 0-0 in tributes, we have the ability to get the mercenaries, let's get those things underway. Let's take a quick look at when it's going to respawn. Boss respawns in 1 minute 15, 35, 2 minutes 45. And finally the Siege camp. That's going to be the next target most likely for Mousesports to try and at least get themselves back into this game. Because right now it's barely online who has that little advantage. Sprint actually being used here by Starzuk. Or actually, it's not the sprint, it's the... Is that true? Is it the sprint? He suddenly was... it's Putrid Baal. Okay, so no Gorge being picked up here by Starzuk, opting to go for the Putrid Baal. Rain of Blizzard Rain once again coming out, a lot of damage being put down onto these minions. That's going to at least clear it out that way. Siege camp now in the hands of Barely Online, rotating. Oh, the hook! The hook onto Rex, and Rex has nowhere to run. Yeah, goodbye. Get wrecked, son. And yeah, 60-second death timer. That might be exactly what the team of Barely Online was, Mousesports was looking for. Starzuk trying to move into position to try and maybe hook one of these minions here. Yeah, that's going to be the end of that minion. It's going to try and get itself back into the lane. Mind showing the stats? Yes, this one. Alright, so I'm showing the stats. Hero damage, Stitches is doing the most hero damage, then Raynor, then Jaina, then Falstad, Tyrael, Tastar, Shen, Uther, Illidan and Rhaegar. Siege damage wise, it's Tyrael, Rhaegar, healing, well, Uther. Next peak contribution, this time in the hands of Sokka and Tyrael. Correction, Sokka and Tyrael. Let's see. Sokka on Tyrael and Jaina on Jaina being played by a pony. Mousesports immediately deciding we want to be going directly towards the top side of the map, going to try and take out this boss camp here. Going to get themselves back into the game. This might provoke Barely Online to immediately go for this bottom keep here though. Now that they have the Grave Golem, Barely Online will have to start retreating, and they have to fall back to try and defend against this Grave Golem, because it is going to be dealing so much damage to these towers. Here's actually the clearing of both of the waves. Big wave here, to be honest, for the team of Barely Online, but it's going to get taken out pretty fast by the Side Storm together with Scene's dash as well as some damage. And for now the Grave Golem is already putting down some damage onto the gate. The gate is going to fall, that's for certain, but will it actually take down one of these towers here? We don't know yet, we don't know yet. What we do know is that the tribute is now going to spawn. It is in the top side of the map. And the team of Mousesports is already getting themselves into position to actually fight against that one. Hard camp, rather the Bruiser camp, is going to respawn in about 10 seconds. Grave Golem in about 30 seconds, and they spot this opportunity to take out this fort. They decide, okay, we don't want the tribute right now. We're going to get ourselves a fort, and we're going to get ourselves a little bit of experience to go with it. Heroic abilities now in the hands of in the hands of Mousesports. Barely Online actually now moving into the top lane, so they will have to retreat as fast as they can with their abilities: Storm Shield, Bottle Storm, Regenerative Bow, Archon, and Winter Mute. So Winter Mute is Water Elemental will now mimic Frostbolt, Blizzard, Cone of Cold abilities. and their cast range is increased by his cast range is increased by 50%. And it's a little bit of a game of thrones here between these two teams, very back and forth. And now also Burning Line getting themselves their hands on their ultimates. Resurgence of Storm twice for the team of Burning Line. Bottle Storm, Blast of Awe, and Divine Hurricane being picked up as expected. Now we have a little bit of fight breaking out for this Grave Golem here. Actually, Sokka now in a lot of trouble. He's going to get damaged. There's the Rangers Raiders as well. Sokka looking for the engage with the Judgment here. He's trying to jump on the scene. Scene getting a little bit of healing here. He's dashing straight out. The Judgment is still available. Divine Hurricane is also available. The hook onto Crippler. That might just be what they need, but it isn't quite enough. He has this dash straight out of there. There's the transformation. Divine Hurricane only hitting Starzerk and Scene. It isn't going to be enough. Destin very, very low, but Sokka is the first target. He's going to explode straight over the enemy team. A pony going dangerously low. However, Resurgence of Storm is going to allow Sokka to rejoin the battle pretty fast. The fight continues. A pony is in a lot of trouble. Sheep has already popped his ultimate, so he's not going to get himself any more health. Rex trying to escape. Sheep in a lot of trouble. There's the dash from Scene. Still, only one person has died. Sheep barely survives. Oh, look! The hook on the sheep! And that's going to be the end. Holy sheep! A beautiful hook by Stitches right there. Actually, they have to be careful because, well, Sokka in the meantime has already rotated to the top lane. And it's going to be a horrible night to have a curse for the team of Mousesports. But Mousesports, they decide, okay, you can have your curse, we're going to have your bottom towers. A lot of damage already being put down onto it. And actually, if we're looking at the ultimates coming off cooldown pretty fast, Ancestral Healing, Water Elemental and Archon are going to be available in just a few seconds. So this might be the perfect moment for Mousesports to start engaging, because their opponents do not have that luxury. Carrion now moving into position. Starzerk popping his ultimate. There's Judgment to Carrion. Carrion trying to survive here. Yes, Ancestral Healing available. Ancestral Healing will be enough. There's the beautiful Divine Hurricane. Crippled Pete desperately trying to escape, but the Metamorphosis is more than enough for Scene to pick him up. No Shock and Awe available anymore. Destin down in a lot of trouble. Scene still trying to chase him, trying to take him out. That's going to be the target. They're going to try and take out all the sustain. One more hit onto Destin. Can Scene get the dash? Yes, they do manage to take down Uther, but Illidan bites the dust as a result of that one. Starzerk now trying to take down Rekt. Can he get the hook? He gets the hook. One more hit. Rekt with the shield. And that's the end of Raynor. At the same time, it is going to be Tyrael who gets taken out. Sheep now popping his ultimate. Going to try and deal some damage here. Carrion desperately trying to escape. Can he get out of there alive? He has his heal available. This is a bad move by Rhaegar. He should have just continued running. And both Starzerk and Kittigash are heading back towards the middle lane. And this is the issue for Mousesports. They've lost both of their keeps. And maybe even the bottom keep is also going to take quite a bit of damage here. Sheep actually tries to escape, but he's going to get taken out finally. One more hit. Kittigash. No! Sheep escapes! Sheep escapes, and once one sheep is over the dam, the rest will follow. Now for Mousesports, it's not looking all too good. Two keeps down is not really something that we've seen teams come back from. Fortunately, their core is still at 100%, still has the shields. But those shields are not going to hold against all the catapults that are already moving in. Boss camp is available for the team of Mousesports. They're moving in onto that one. They're going to be able to actually take that one pretty fast. However, their opponents are already on the Bruiser camp and are rotating up to what looks to be... are rotating down towards the Grave Golem camp. Grave Golem has been spotted out. There's a lot of damage already dealt to the Grave Golem. But Sheep is moving in. He wants to get the fight. Both teams have their ultimates. The only one who doesn't is Sheep. But it doesn't really matter. There's Judgment on the Pony. A Pony in a lot of trouble. He actually gets bursted down before the Ancestral Healing takes effect. And now it is Barney Online who take the Grave Golem. And they snatch it all out of the hands of Mousesports. And oh my word, what a game. Now they're on Starzerk. He gets locked up. There's the CC train. Choo choo. Goodbye, Stitches. Grave Golem now moving in as well. Going to put down even more pressure onto this keep. Tribute is available, but they're not even going to go for it. There's no reason to do so. A lot of damage onto the keep down to half hit points. And that's before the Grave Golem even appears. 2 more hits from the Grave Golem. That's all it takes. Gets taken out. And now they're on these turrets here. Going to clear out the minions. from all sides. All minions are coming in. Mercenaries, minions, catapults, what have you. So much damage down to the core. There's the Metamorphosis. They're going to try one desperation attempt, but it isn't going to be enough. There's the Divine Hurricane. That's going to stun up the team just a little bit longer, and they're just going to ignore everything that Mousesports is tossing at them. Barely online. They rush the core and get a 1-0 lead against the team of Mousesports. It is a nice game here. I'm hoping that it will not show all that much. There we go. So we have Carrion, Starzerk, Scene, Kittigash and Pony. And on the other side we have Destin, Saka, Wrecked, Cripple Pete and Sheep. So let me actually pause this one as I set up the overlay. So that means that on the red side we have Barely Online. And on the blue side we have, let's see, the team of Mousesports. There we go. Right. Now we can actually go into the in-game screen. There we go. Perfect. Right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Technolink. Unfortunately, I lost my co-caster, but that's what happens with replays. This game was played last weekend. It is between the teams of Mousesports and Barely Online for a chance to head into the next round of the WePlay HOTS Invitational. So in the top lane, Carrion, he's playing on Brightwing. Sonya being picked up by Starzerk, very interesting. Bottom lane, a Pony on Abathur. Kittigash playing on Raynor. And finally Scene playing on Artis on the other side. Falstad in the top lane, Cripple Pete. Middle lane, Sheep on Chen. And in the bottom lane, Rex on Vala, Saka on Stitches and Destin on Rhaegar. Talents that have been picked up: Bribe, Frozen Wastes, Block, Give Me More, Survival Instincts, Spirit Walker's Grace, Rancor, Bribe, Heavy Slam, and finally the full cake. So now already a little bit of damage here in this bottom lane being put down between the two heroes. Destin going to half health, but it's at the start. He has his chain heal, will be able to just heal himself right back up. Starzerk now going to fight against Sheep. Sheep with the chugging away. Starzerk now just having to clear out these waves. This is a very interesting matchup because these two heroes both don't use mana resources but use Fury and Brew respectively. So I'm very curious to see how these guys are going to be playing. Top lane, Brightwing against Falstad. Brightwing of course having the sustain, but the issue is that Cripple Pete on Falstad has a little bit more damage. You can already see how Abathur is helping him out, or rather helping Carrion out with the symbiote to try and compensate for the damage, the lack of damage that the Brightwing has. Starzerk now standing here to the side, level 3 first for the team of Mousesports, and level 3 now also hit by the team of Barely Online. We're heading straight into the first night, and to Sap Fuzzy Lamp, yes, this is live, but it is a replay, so I'm casting this live, but I'm doing it off a replay. Saka and Destin now in the bottom lane. They're going to try and shove out the lane together with Rekt. And the small camps are already going over to the respective teams. With Mousesports getting a little bit of an advantage here, as this little patch of seedlings is going to go straight over to Mousesports, giving them the 45 seeds against the 15 seeds in this map. Cripple Pete and Carrion continuing their little fight, but Carrion of course getting some healing out of his passive. And at the same time, this bottom shambler now being tried by the team of Barely Online. They're looking for the Mousesports looking for the engage. Saka in a lot of trouble here. He's going to get taken out, or is he? A lot of damage. Saka, he's going to be a sacrificial lamb, allowing Sheep to escape. Cripple Pete now in the top lane, having pushed the lane all the way to the halfway point. But if we're looking at the amount of ammunition, only 5 shots have been depleted, well now 4. So that's not all that much. The team of Barely Online going for the second Shambler here. Going to take that one out with ease. And that's going to allow them to get themselves their first Planterror of the game. There's a lot of damage being put down here onto the Shamblers. Yeah, it's definitely going over to the team of Barely Online. No contest. Planterror has grown, and doesn't look like the team of Mousesports is really able to fight back at this point. Starzerk, of course, he's trying to clear out the waves. They do get some of these mercs, but I would expect Barely Online to get someone to recall Hearthstone. It is Sheep who's going back to base, and he's going to try and take control of this Planter just waiting a little bit for his team to actually aggro the golem camp. And now, as the golem camp has been aggroed, they pick up the golem, the Planter, and allow Destin to pick up these small golems here. Rekt in the meantime is going to try and move in. Oh, in the top lane, Falstad actually got taken out. Unfortunately, we missed that, but that's what happens when you start to run solo. Now Starzerk in a lot of trouble. He's taken down to half hit points. He's trying to whirlwind straight out and will survive. Mule has been popped by Abathur to try and repair this tower. Actually doing a fine job. But Sheep should be able to toss out another bulb and take out everything surrounding that tower. Top lane Cripple Pete trying his best with the Hammerang, probably having upgraded it to the Boomerang. There we go, to actually take out this entire wave in just a matter of seconds. Planetary down to 40 seconds, already taking out yet another one of these towers. The gate also dangerously low. Destin has to be careful, but has the chain heal to keep himself alive. And one more hit is all it takes, as the team of Barely Online is slowly but surely moving down to the bottom side of the map to try and take that one out. The pony now also in a lot of trouble. There's the curse. Doesn't quite land though. But there's a lot of damage being put down onto this gate and the towers. Starzerk now, he's finally getting into position. Sheep is going to be popped out of his Plantera form in just a few seconds. Actually takes out the mine while doing so. And at the same time, it's Cripple Pete who's just going to be bribing the siege camp here. Not all that much in terms of specialness in that regard. Rekt pushing out the wave, now heading towards the Bruiser camp together with Destin. They're going to be picking up some of these knights here and going to allow them to push that top lane. Scene going to be locking up Cripple Pete, but fortunately there's the barrel roll, the Hammerang coming out. Scene getting slowed by the Hammerang. There's the slowing totem as well. Destin continuing the chase here onto Scene. Shock and Awe gets actually becomes available. But the armor to that is going to be keeping Scene alive. And Mousesports as well as Barely Aligned have picked up their first heroic abilities. We're going to be looking at that in just a few seconds. Starzerk looking to go into the fight here. Doesn't quite manage to hit the spear. Saka now moving in as well. There's a whirlwind again. Sheep actually jumping onto Kittigash. Kittigash going dangerously low, but he has a regeneration. Has popped the Rainer's Raiders. As Starzerk is forced to jump straight out of the fight with his leap. That's not the way you want to use your leap. Rekt gets taken down with the Venom. Very unfortunate for Rekt. Was so close, but Sheep continuing the fight. Now Scene, he gets gorged. There's the ancestral healing onto Saka. Saka trying to survive a pony in a lot of trouble as well. He's also very, very low, but fortunately he's just an ultimate evolution. There's Sheep, got the heal. Did go down there. Rhaegar also got taken out. And Mousesports is doing a fantastic job against Barely Online, pushing into the lane. And Kyrian now here at the Bruiser camp, he noticed, well, nobody actually took it, so why not me? Also, I like the recall, the Hearthstone place here for Kyrian, allowing him to Hearthstone back in safety. So now we have some time. Let's take a look at the talents. Bribe, Protective Shield, Regenerative Reigns, Link Heal, Armies the Dead, Rune Tap, and Venom, Frozen Wastes, Block, Furious Blow, Poison Spear, Leap, Give Me More, Advanced Optics, the Searing Attacks of course, Rainer's Raiders for a lot of damage, Abathur with Survival Instincts, Promote, Mule, and Ultimate Evolution. I hear some pings going off, but not all that much. Rhaegar, Spirit Walker's Grace, Farsight, Earth Shield, and Ancestral Healing. Vala with the Rancor, Vampiric Assault, Battle Momentum, and Strafe. But there might be a little bit of a fight breaking out. Not yet. Barely Online didn't get themselves a Planterror, but their opponents, Mousesports, were able to actually get this, get themselves a Planterror. Bribe, Gathering Power, Boomerang, Shock and Awe, and on the Stitches, Heavy Slam, Amplified Healing, Tenderizer, Gorge, and finally Chen with the full keg, the Chug, the Pressure Point, and Storm Earth Fire. A little bit of a fight now, breaking out in the bottom lane. The Planter actually heading towards the top lane, so the entirety of Mousesports is now split up. And this might be the worst part. This leap has been used by Starzerk, but he gets pulled right back in. There's a Shock and Awe, lands onto Sonya. Sonya gets taken out. That's the end of Starzerk. And immediately they're jumping straight to Scene. Scene gets gorged. Goodbye, Scene. You're going to be tossed into the woods, and it's a very gruesome scene. That's for certain. Gate going to get taken out. Well, although The Plant Terror has taken out the fort in the top lane. The fight continues in the bottom lane. And the team of Barely Online continues to push this bottom lane. Plant Terror also in the mid lane now, popping out the bulb here. 30 seconds should be enough to actually take out the middle fort. And in retaliation to the Plant Terror, this is most definitely the Cripple Pete jumping straight into the middle lane. Caponi now getting chased down by Cripple Pete and Sokka. Sokka actually. Kitagash also now in the vicinity. Destin joining the fight for the team of Barely Online. Sheep is there as well. And it's a 5-on-4 fight right now, as Arthas is not in the position to actually fight back. Pony now getting locked up. Immediately gets popped. Goodbye, Abathur. Wow. Abathur as the Plant Terror. I like the idea, but the risk is very high. Without their Abathur, they're effectively down not just one but two heroes in this case, due to the fact that his ultimate evolution counts as one of the heroes here. Level 14, new talents, Rewind, Spell Shield, Live Funnel, Giant Killer, Assault Strain, Feral Lunge, Hot Pursuit, Rewind, Relentless and Touch of Honey. And immediately the guys for Barely Online are doing a fantastic job of actually rotating around the map, getting themselves their bruiser camp actually here, and allowing that one to push. They're going to try and maybe bait out the fight here. Starzerk, oh, Kitagash actually gets caught out and immediately gets destroyed. No chance for Rainer. Shock and Awe coming out. Starzerk forced to use his leap to actually escape this one. Carrion now in a lot of trouble, gets taken out. And again, it is Barely Online getting the better part of the deal here. However, at the same time, Abathur doing what Abathur does best, just push, push, push. But the team of Barely Online immediately continuing to take down this fort in the middle lane. They decide, well, you take down our fort, we'll take down yours. That's the way the world works. Eye for an eye, and the world is blind. So with the fort down, with the towers down, they managed to almost get themselves to level 16, going to rotate over to this little camp here. Cripple Pete, does he actually have to bribe? Opts not to use his smart move. They were already taken down pretty low. The Siege Giants now moving into position to maybe take out this tower here. No, they're just going to put down some pressure in this lane itself. And because the Knight actually was going to be spawning here, Barely Online, rather, the Knight was beginning. Barely Online already getting themselves into a proper position to take down some Shamblers. They have already a Plant Terror growing, but they have to be fast. It only stays there for 60 seconds. And, well, if we're looking at what happened in a previous match, the 60-second timer can run out during a lengthy team fight. Starzerk already dealing some damage to this golem here. Takes quite a bit of damage for himself as well. There's Sheep jumping over the wall. Oh, this is a lot of damage already being put down to Starzerk. Starzerk trying to get out there. Does he have to leap? Yes, he has to leap, but Sokka is there with the hook. Sokka with the hook doesn't need it though, but there's a Shock and Awe as well. Starzerk trying to get out there, using his Whirlwind to actually tank up all the damage. Now they only need one more jump onto Starzerk. Sheep has his flying kick. There's the flying kick. That locks him down. And that's the end of Sonya. They do have to send someone back pretty fast now, because there's only 25 seconds remaining on this Plant Terror before it expires. And the one they're sending back is Sheep, so not the same mistake as was made before by a different team. And for Incock needs 9, this is after the patch. This is in the new patch. These games were played on Sunday, but I am casting them live right now here on Tuesday. Abathur in the meantime though has been doing what Abathur does best. He's now gone though. Is pushing this lane, taking down the gate and 2 towers. But this Plant Terror is heading towards the top lane because they know, okay, if the Plant Terror is here, that's going to stop the entire wave of minions pushing in. And Tyrande and Mirrodin were banned globally on Sunday. This is correct. This is due to a bug. It has been fixed right now, but the continuation of the fight is real. Actually, Abathur trying to pull out, trying to get some damage in. There's the damage from Cripple Pete. The deep tunnel is going to allow Abathur to actually survive here. A pony is there. They're actually pinging him to say he is going to be there in just a few seconds. The Plant Terror at the same time is already all the way up to the first keep of the team of Mousesports. And Mousesports, they're trying their best to do the exact opposite of Barely, rather to mirror Barely Online here. A pony now moving in. And Abathur's clone is about to run out. It's not going to take all too long. Saka now in a lot of trouble, but the ancestral healing is going to keep him alive just a little bit longer. A pony dies, that's the end of him. Now the Gorge from Saka might just put Scene in a very bad position. Artis also... Well, actually, Artis is tanky enough to actually survive this one. Wrecked, Destin and Crippled Pete are trying to take down Scene here. Sheep is now also here. One more hit. The shotgun arm misses completely. And now they're onto Carrion. Carrion actually getting turned into a plant. But this keep here, that's the next target for the team of Bernial Line. However, they have to be a little bit careful here. Look at what the opposing plant terror is doing together with a pony. They're trying to turn it around. They're trying to take down the keep. And they're trying to at least equalize the game here. Destin now also there. Starzerk will be popped out of his plant form in 7 seconds. So they need to get themselves into position. Sheep actually getting himself in position with his kick. Starzerk trying to escape, gets popped. Leap from Starzerk, but right into Wrecked. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. The hatred coming out as well. There's a strafe from Wrecked. Nice hook over the wall by Starzerk. And Starzerk survives, but just barely. And to add to the advantage that the team of Bernial Line has, they have a second plant terror. It was already ready, and they're going to take control of it with the help of either Destin or Sheep. They're thinking about what they want. They're actually aggroing the main camps again first. If you do that, you make sure that you actually get those mercenaries up and running.
A terror has bloomed.
Sheep moving in, will be popping the bulb straight in the middle of the mercenaries. That's going to be able to take them down in just a few seconds. And I wouldn't put it past the team of Bernial Line to just rush towards the core here. They have the advantage that they have a plant terror, their opponents do not. And while mules are mules available for Abathur, yes they are. They're probably not going to be enough to actually stop the keep from being destroyed here. So Bernial Line just letting Sheep tank up the keep here. There's Starzerk moving in. The hook misses completely. The Shamblers have gotten themselves resurrected once again. We're in the night time. Here's the Banshees coming out as well. There's the Strafe as well. So much damage being put down onto the team of Bernial Line. Saka went so low, but the ancestral healing kept him alive. Starzerk, he got hooked from such a long distance, and now they're going to try and take down Scene. Carrion also in a lot of trouble. Sheep, he's going to be popped out of his plant terror form pretty rapidly now. Sheep actually jumping over the keep with his kick, actually popping into a Storm Earth Fire now, just going to allow his single one of his pandas to jump straight over the keep again, straight onto Carrion. Carrion can't escape this one, and there's so much damage already being put down onto the core. The core is still at 100% though, but they have their heroic abilities. Heroic abilities for the team of Bernial Line are still question marks. Wow, so much damage onto Rhaegar. Rhaegar goes down. Resurgence of the Storm onto Chen. But Chen will be back if he dies. And as a result of these heroic abilities being picked up, Bernial Line is just going to rush this core, just going to end it. Abathur, he's doing his best to make a push happen, but it's just too late. The core goes down, Bernial Line wins 2-0 and advances to the next round of the